Alright, you guys, welcome to day number 8, November 8th. And last night, actually, I was just with some friends just celebrating Diwali, and it did take a little while to get free. So I actually slept at like 3:30, but I was again up at like 8:30. I think it's just become part of my routine now. So, and as soon as I got up, the first thing what I did, I checked my ads. Yeah. So what's happened with the ads is like we did get a few sales of the Ionic again. I'm going to check the ad sets in on the computer because that's where you can see the real data. And also we did get a sale. We did get a couple of sales of another product and one sale of another product. So we got two products that have shown a little bit of promise from the 4 that we tested yesterday. So what are those products? What are the numbers like? Hold on. I'll show you guys in just a bit. All right, you guys, are you ready to find out about what happened to those ads? I'm coming. You know, one of the main reasons I think this series is so important for so many people is because like it's putting me in a position that a lot of you guys face, especially those who have not found their like blockbuster winners yet. So even though I've had my run of blockbuster winners, even though I've found quite a lot, I've found like 2 or 3 in my store in the past 1 year. I know it's tough to find those blockbuster winners, but what happens is those small and decent winners actually help you at least recuperate some of your ad cost. Sometimes even land you up in a little bit of a profit. And the reason this is very important that I show you like how to scale properly and why this series is something you should be watching every single day. And if you haven't been watching, like literally just go back, watch this entire series up to this day. Already 7 videos have been published. Is because I want to show you guys a journey, because every one of you is going to go through a journey, and that journey can be very, very frustrating, right? So when you launch a product, you're very enthusiastic about it. I know I've like launched like 8 or 10 products in front of you guys. Like I work really hard on the video, the music, the ad copy, the actual product itself. And what it does is like I feel so pumped up when I actually launch a product. But then if it doesn't work out, it makes you feel like why, right? So for like that's why I always talk about like mindset and how to tune your mindset so that you don't take the wrong decisions when you're faced with such challenges, because you are going to face such challenges. Now I know in the future I am going to find my next blockbuster winner. Which one it's going to be is always a surprise. So the thing is that I have to deal with every day as it comes, right? So every day is a new day, new ads are being running. We create new ads as we manage our ads. That habit, that routine, right? It always helps in creating a structure per se in this madness of the dropshipping, running a dropshipping business. So, like this dual Ionic one that we've been running so far, like we've gotten some pretty intensive ad sets, like that has gotten us over 3 return on ad spend, but we have also gotten a lot of duds. So that's why the overall campaign hasn't performed as effectively as as I thought it would. But it still, at least it gives me hope, because I've seen a lot of people spend like 300, 400, $500 on a product that's not gotten them a single sale, right? Or on a product that's gotten them only a handful of like 2, 3 sales, right? So you have to be very, very careful with your ad spend. And this entire series is going to lay down the foundation. Now I don't really know what the future holds, guys. Seriously, I have no idea which one is going to be my next blockbuster winner, but that's why this series is so amazing, because all of you guys go through the same journey, so you can follow along with me and actually execute the strategies that I teach you, and also combine with your skills and previous experience to find that magical winner for yourself. And all it takes is that one winner to change your life. So it's about time we went inside my screen and I showed you what's been happening with my ads this past 24 hours. I know you're excited, so am I. So it's that time of the day again. So let me just quickly refresh my ad account data so that I have the freshest data right now for you guys. And here it is. Like you see the sales that have come in. We have gotten 2 sales for the heating jacket. Amount spent has been a little less than $15. $113 purchase conversion because the product was like $56 or something with shipping. So our ROAS is holding pretty solid on this one. So what I'll be doing is I'll be actually going inside each of the campaigns and making some changes on the previous ones and showing you guys how I would approach this sort of situation. See, this is one of the coolest parts about doing a challenge like this is I can actually show you real time like what is going through my mind and how I would deal with certain situations, right? So let's dive into this. So first off, I'm going to just deal with the dual ionic ones. Retargeting is still gotten 4.21 ROAS, so that's still good. Now what's happened with the manual one is we launched a few ad sets yesterday and the ones I showed you. So out of them, so we only have now, so the ones we created yesterday, none of them have gotten add to carts, like even after spending $10. So we are going to select all of them. All of these that have not gotten us a single add to cart after even spending $10, and we're just going to quickly turn it off, right? So once we turn these off, then we're going to move on to this one. All right, so as you see here, like we have the manual of 441, so 430.78, 427.78, and 1 we have 21.63, right? So let me just select and deselect all of them. All right, so here we are. These are the 3 ad sets right now that have performed decently well for us. Now what we need to do is try to open up similar ad sets that just perform for us. Now you see here, yesterday I did do a copy of like the 30.78 duo manual for it spent $10 but did not yield any results. So right now I'm going to do something really interesting that I've not done in the previous tests that I've done, but this is something it used to work sometimes for me, but sometimes it was completely a flop. But the only way to find out is going to be to test it out, this theory. So we're going to duplicate these at the same budget, but we're going to duplicate them multiple times. So when I duplicate this right now, so I'm going to do this in the original campaign, but we're going to create 3 copies of the each ad set, and everything is going to remain the same. Right now there are 2 variations of this, and one of the variations I'll show you guys tomorrow once I get data from all of these new ad sets. But there's another variation to this where I do the same thing, where I duplicate these 3 times, but what I do is I change the manual bid by like $1. So if it's like 27.78, I would just make it 28.78, or it's 30.78, I would just make it 31.78. So I would just increase all of these by like $1 and then just published them. Like let's say we were duplicating the 30.78 3 times. One would be 31.78, 32.78, 33.78, right? So this is what I would try for each of these ad sets. So now that we have this done, I'm going to just let the names be like this. Just going to start it off on November 8th, 12 a.m. right? And now what we're going to do is keep everything else the same. 2365 women, everything else is the same. Edit placements is all done. So these are mixed values, so that's all fine. So we can literally just hit publish, and that's pretty much it. So these will start off tomorrow morning, right? According to US time. Right now it's not, it's about half an hour, we're about 20 minutes away from 12 a.m. in the Pacific time zone. All right, so now that I've published all of these ads, they are going to go inside review, and I'm going to do something else. I'm going to follow the same strategy for the dual ionic US1 campaign here. So you see here, like this has spent $10, no add to carts on these. So we're going to again turn these 3 off, right? So I'm going to publish this. All right, so these 3 are turned off. They've spent $10, not a single add to cart. So I'm not taking spending any more money on these losing ad sets. But right now you see here this one, the Duo Ionic US9. So this is like a $10 budget, but then the ROAS is dropping for this. The first day it was pretty good. So I'm going to let it run for I think 1 more day just to see. If this does not work, I'm going to close it tomorrow. See, this is what scaling is about. Like initially you might have to splurge a lot more money than you would be used to, because once you reach a certain scale, because the whole point is to like reach those lookalikes and start those like $100 ad sets, and so that you spend like $500-600, but all of them will be like with a ROAS of greater than 3. So that's the end goal. But initially, like what I'm going to do is just hold on, hopefully, because even one sale is going to bring the ROAS again up to over 3. So let's wait and see what happens tomorrow. So now I'm going to play around the same with this one, the same with all of these ad sets basically, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to
select the ones that have been the most profitable for us. I'm going to select 3 of these. I'm going to select 1, 2, and in fact, I'm just going to select dual ionic US4 and dual ionic US1, because in manual also these are the ones that have at least shown some promise. So I'm going to duplicate these, and I'm going to do 3 times, and I'm going to keep a budget of $5. So we're just going to do the $5 strategy here. So whenever I do this kind of the same ad set duplication, so it's at the same budget level. So just going to do $5 here. So 10, I'm going to keep this at 12 a.m. Right? So $5 budget, everything else is the same. Women, whatever. So that's all fine. So that's pretty much it. So let's publish these then. So I believe US1 copy that I'm copying, so it already uses existing ad, so that's completely fine now. So now that we have gotten this out of the way, so I have closed down the poor performing ones, and I have basically scaled the winning ones. So this is basically, so just going to deselect all of these. Let's move on to the new winners for us. So the heating jacket has shown some intense promise. Now what I'm thinking is, because this jacket is something that does not come with a a USB power bank. So that's like a perfect upsell for this. I'm just going to do an in-cart upsell with the USB power bank, but I'm going to try this. Yeah, I might actually try this today, right? So you see here, like this ad set, heating jacket US2 has gotten 2 purchases. It's gotten the lowest cost per click among both of them also. And this is the one that has gotten us like a pretty good result. The ROAS on this is like 22.85, right? So this is what I want to try and scale off of on. And what I want to do is just leave each of these, because this is like a high ticket product. So I'm going to leave each of these as it is, but I'm just going to duplicate this at a much higher budget. So I'm going to do original campaign. I'm going to create, duplicate. So I'm going to duplicate this several times now, the US2 here. So first I'm going to do is at a $10 budget. So we're going to keep it at $10. We're going to start off this at November 8th, 12 a.m. This is also using existing ad, so which we don't need to change anything else about this. Now, what I did notice was like that the people who bought were men. So I'm going to target this to just men, right? 23 to 65 is fine. Outdoor recreation, winter is fine. Everything else is fine. So next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in fact, what happened was potential reach went down. Let's just keep it at all. All right, so that's fine. So anyways, it's going to optimize and show it to men more often anyways. So we just let Facebook optimize for this. 7-click day or 1-day view is fine. So this is just one ad set that we're going to create at a $10 budget. Then what I'm going to do is duplicate the $10 budget one and then create a $20 ad set also. So I want to rapidly scale this, because I'm noticing like a lot of people are catching on to my products, because I was seeing a lot of people just clicking from Facebook but not from ads. So they're basically finding it out using info and ads part of Facebook tab, and then they are basically sending it out to they're basically copying the products. In fact, in my recordings actually saw people like copying. So you can figure out like when people are selecting stuff and going to another tab and pasting it in. So like there are a lot of people who are doing that. So I want to rapidly scale, and hopefully this turns out to be like a nice, at least a decent or a small winner for us. So let's see what happens here. So I'm going to keep it at a $20 budget right now, and 20, everything else remains the same, right? So that's pretty much it. I'm going to publish this, and what I'm going to do is I'm also going to create like manual ad sets for this. So the way I'm going to create manual ad sets is I'm going to keep like $5 budget. So this has shown us like at a amount spent is like cost per purchase 2.49, but I'm pretty sure if you do a manual bid of like 2.49 times 3, you're not going to get anything. So this may be like lucky purchases. So the manual bids I'm going to place are based on like CPMs that I'm currently getting, like $30 CPMs. So I'm going to compare this with the CPMs that I got for like the dual ionic US1. So what I'm going to do is just check out the CPMs that I'm getting on US4 and 1. So this is also 21 and 14, right? So it's actually almost like half of that, a little little less than half of what we're getting with the heating jacket. So based off of this, the bids have to be also like slightly higher. So the bid that has worked for us for dual ionic was like $30. So just keep a bid of like $50 for the heating jacket US2, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this yet again. Let's do just three. Yeah, let's just follow that same three manual bidding principle. Original campaign is fine. All right, so let's keep, this is going to be manual. Not going to do a new ad set on this. I'm just going to just start off right here. So manual, and what I'm going to do here is keep a budget of $5, start it off on November 8th, and everything else remains the same. Just the costs here change. So we're going to just view and edit. So we're going to do lowest cost with bid cap, with bid cap, with bid cap. We're going to do 50. We're going to do 47. We're going to do 53, right? So again, we're going to copy this thing here, manual, $50. This is going to be 47, and this is going to be 53. All right, so we have gotten ourselves three new ad sets with manual bidding now. And we have also duplicated the ones at $10 and $20, the one that has performed for us. So this is basically the entire concept now. I'm just going to rapidly scale whatever is working for me, because like I don't want people to catch up really quickly, because anyways people are finding out products the same day I add them to the store. So I'm going to try and scale as rapidly as possible so that I can start those lookalikes. So now you see here we have gotten, the universe has gotten us two customers. So this is one customer who bought 3 items. That's why it's showing us 3 website purchases. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just check out. So this one is a cost per click of 2.51, which is like insane. So I'm going to close this one down. And what I'm going to do is just duplicate the ones that have worked for us, like Universe 2 and 3. And I'm going to keep like, I'm going to follow the same $5 strategy for these. Original campaign, create 3 copies of each and keep it at $5. So because this is like a super low ticket item, so even $5 should generate a sale. If it doesn't in the first day, I'm just going to close them down, right? So $5, I'm going to do 8:12 a.m. right? So $5 budget, and this is just going to be just as it is, right? So that's pretty much it. I'm just going to hit publish on this, and we are good to go. So the universe one has been taken care of. Now let's move on to the other products we've done. So one is the scarf. So I was very hopeful about the scarf. I don't know if I've shown you guys the ad for this or not. In fact, I want to show you the ad for the jacket as well. So this is the infinity scarf. So first look at the infinity scarf ad. Oops. Close this down. Open it up in quick time. All right, check this out. Yeah. Yeah, these sound effects are not in the real video. So just notice the music, like the music that I'd selected for this. So I actually had to go through like listening to at least 20 or 30 music clips, and then found this one that worked for this, like that's fit. Like when the arrow came, then the music became louder and the strings changed. So just pay attention to the music on the jacket as well, right? So I'm going to open this up now for you guys. Pretty interesting stuff. And by the way I created these videos is basically I took the Facebook ad video. I also took some other clips that I could find, combined together, and just created a video out of this. All right, for the scarf I'm talking about. Even this one is just taken off of Facebook. Just added my own like logo, my text here. Just added my own last frame and changed the music up. So check this one out. See here, so it's all in sync, right? The music. So again, for finding the music for this, I had to go through a lot of clips, listen to all of them with the ad, and then whichever made the most sense at that point, use that. So this is as I was telling you guys, like I was very hopeful with the scarf ad, but for some reason it's not working for my store. We had just one add to cart. And this one had like 2.37 cost per click, so it's like very difficult to take a decision. Like the CPMs are also ranging in the 40s now for some of these, so it's very difficult to take a decision right now. Like I wanted to close this ad set, but it has gotten an add to cart, so maybe the cost per clicks go down, or maybe this results in a purchase. So I might leave all of these like alive for one more day just to see. I know, like generally I wouldn't, because it's like a $15 product, but because it's a winner for several stores now, I want to just give it one more day, and I'll just sit tight, be patient with this. Discipline and patience, folks. So nail gel, I know nail gel will get like cheap clicks, because like it's a that kind of a product. So you see here, like cost per clicks are super low on this. Adds to cart can be ignored, because generally what happens is, if somebody, because I've got a bundle running on the nail gel products, if somebody adds like the entire bundle, so it's like 4 products added to cart directly. So I wouldn't pay that much attention to the number of website add to cart, but what matters is at least there are add to carts happening on this one, right? So again, with this, I'm going to give this another day. If it doesn't go well, at least the cost per clicks are low. So if it doesn't go well, then I'm just going to close these. So this is pretty much it, you guys. So we have the 4 products done, and you see here, it's interesting to see what's going to happen tomorrow. Every day is like a new adventure, and I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm as clueless as you are right now.
All right, you guys. So these are the products that I've been trying now. It's been 24 hours now. What I want to do is just mark them as, you know, what's their potential like. So the nail gel has gotten a big question mark on this. I have no idea what's going to happen with this. This might be like a small, I'm going to give this like whatever has sold for us, I'm going to give them out of 5-star a rating. So this is going to be basically a 1-2 star for now. So this might be like a small winner for us. I'm going to give this one a potential of like 3 stars, because the ROAS is pretty good for now. The only way I'm going to find out like whether this is a true winner, the jacket one, is if, you know, tomorrow, day after, all the new ads that I created, some of them really start to pick off. And the scarf, for which I worked so hard on the video. So this is again a big question mark with a negative bias. So I'm not really sure whether this is going to work or not. In fact, even there's also a negative bias on the nail gel. I wanted at least one sale. It's like a $10 product, but with the nail gel thing is because there's a bundle, so people end up buying like big lot of, like the average order value is like 30, 40, even $50 sometimes on some days, because people buy like all sorts of things along with the nail gel. So you guys, that's the summary so far, and I guess I'm going to see you tomorrow, hopefully with better news and with more sales. And with some real promise on finding my next blockbuster winner. Wish me luck, you guys. Wish me luck. Even though you'll wish me luck in the future, that still holds. I guess then, okay, tata, bye bye.